Hello everybody, Brian Zende Backies here from 89-Bit Productions with our usual monthly recap. So, let's get right to it because there's actually quite a lot to discuss. We got 89-Bit stuff to discuss, we got, July video game related stuff, and of course my usual monthly comments. What a month really it was. Microsoft had a huge press event a couple weeks ago as of this recording, maybe like a week and a half ago. Showed off a lot of Xbox Series X stuff coming up. Truly some great stuff, some really good looking things. Me personally, don't get mad at me, but me personally, I'm not a big Halo fan, but I'm a very big video game fan, so I'm very, very excited to see where Halo is going in the direction that it's taking in comparison to where it was. I think new ideas and new iterations and of a franchise that people have grown to love so much is not always a bad idea. I know a lot of our people that work at 89-Bit Productions don't like some of the direction it's going. I'm keeping my eye on it just because of the fact that I'm always up for new stuff, So I'm really, really happy that Halo Infinite was shown off. A lot of the gameplay, or not a lot of it, but I mean enough of the gameplay was shown off. I think it looks beautiful. Also, too, they had a very big event with a lot of games coming out. But I think the biggest takeaway, honestly, was the announcement of that there is a Fable game coming. It's awesome. It really truly is. I know a lot of personal friends and family members of mine that absolutely love Fable. So the fact that they're finally getting another game in a franchise that they love is just great. Is just great news to me. I just wanted to go out and say that because like I said, I may not be a huge fan of Halo and stuff like that, but I'm just a big gaming fan, and I'm really happy to see the gaming universe just erupting in like pure joy with the announcements of some of these games. So I just wanted to put that out there. I think it was really cool. With 89-Bit Production stuff, we had our first 89-Bit Productions meeting post-COVID. I say post because, we live in Wisconsin. The entire team lives in Wisconsin, and so we're labeled right now as one of the worst states for COVID outbreak, which is just terrible. I just want it to go away already. We all do. Let's be realistic. So it was our first meeting since COVID, and it may be our last meeting until it's completely gone, or at least better under control again, which sucks because it really slows down the page a lot when me and the rest of the team can't get together and talk some stuff. But regardless of that fact, we made a lot of really big decisions this month on the direction of where we want to take the page. And if you didn't get a chance to read it, I'll kind of sum it up. 89-Bit Productions is always a page where we wanted to be able to post our thoughts and talk games with a lot of people. Every one of us absolutely love games, and we have a huge passion for it. You guys as followers of the page, and us as the people who are behind the page, we all have passions for it, obviously. If you like the page and you follow it, then you obviously like games. It's truly a great outlet for me to be able to express my love for games as a general whole. Whether it be Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, whatever the case may be, I just want to talk games. We lost that focus a while back, but to me, I also love retro titles. I think a lot of people, especially newer gamers, younger kids, don't know where a lot of these game franchises have come from. Games like Super Metroid and Blaster Master, and and I always say it, Shining Force 2. A lot of these games are forgotten about over the course of time, and it's heartbreaking because there's so much solid stuff on Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, those old retro cartridge systems. And so I started 89-Bit Productions because I wanted to talk about new games coming out, but I also started talking, I also wanted to do it because I wanted to kind of focus on retro stuff. So along the way it got lost, and our page got lost in the translation of everything because we just became another page that blended in with everything. So we've kind of changed our focus to being where we're now going to talk about stuff that we truly care about, things that are really passionate about us. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of the news and stuff like that, you're still going to get. You're still going to get it. We're still going to report on big, major AAA titles. We're still going to report on big, major gaming changes. Whether it be presidents of companies changing or companies buying out companies and things like that. We're just going to take away a lot of the fluff that really doesn't get a lot of traffic. And it will help clear out our feed a lot better, which I think is what's key. I don't know how many times you guys follow other gaming pages, but I follow a couple of them myself. And they're just posting nonstop all day. And quite honestly, I can't deal with that. I don't want 89-Bit Productions to be that way. I want 89-Bit Productions to be solid, quality information that is at your fingertips. You want to hear about your favorite game? We'll have it, you know. If there is, however, a non-AAA game that none of us here like, I guess you could say a franchise that none of us really get into, I mean, you know, give us your comments, you know, below. Tell me which games you would like to see us report on, because I will be more than happy to throw it to the list if I know it will benefit you as a person and as a fan of our page. So please, you know, shoot your comments below. And now for, I guess, the thought process of the month. I wanted to talk about reviews and how reviews are done. And the reason why is because when I review a game based off of a couple of criteria. One is, does it change gaming as a whole? Is it something that is a new benchmark for games? Two, does it change its genre? Does it add a new element to its genre? Is there something different that nobody has done before? Is there something fresh, a new idea? And three, does it change its franchise? And I look at these three things because I think a lot of games are really overrated. Now, this is coming from probably one of the biggest Zelda fans on the face of the planet. I love The Legend of Zelda. I have a Zelda tattoo. I used to operate a sole-purpose Zelda website. I used to write theories, fan fiction. I pieced the Zelda games together before Nintendo came out with Hyrule Historia, which did it for us, which I hated, and that's another topic for another moment. But Zelda's always been my thing. But Breath of the Wild, I do not think deserves a 10 by anybody at all. There was so much bad in that game that is completely overlooked because of the fact that it's a Zelda game, and the stuff that they did fresh and new was really good, but it doesn't take away from the idea that the bad is so bad. Another thing I want to bring up too is The Last of Us Part 2. I think The Last of Us Part 1 was definitely at least within the top 5 best game of the last 10 years of the last decade. In my personal list, it is number 1. It just completely broke the mold for the way storytelling could be told when it was released, and deserved every accolade it got of being 10 out of 10. Last of Us 2 comes out, and a lot of people are giving it 10s out of 10s as well. And I highly disagree with this. And the reason why I disagree with this, and now I'm not saying the game is bad, but there's so much stuff The Last of Us 2 did that is just more of The Last of Us Part 1. So it wasn't anything new, it wasn't anything breathtaking, it wasn't anything fresh, it was just more of The Last of Us Part 1. So, I don't know how you guys want me to review games, or how you guys like how people review games, but I really do honestly think that a lot of games really seriously get over-reviewed and get much higher scores than what they deserve to have because of a particular franchise name attached to it, or because of one really good idea that overshadows, apparently, the rest of all the bad. Let me give you an example. I have a Breath of the Wild review up on the page. It's buried somewhere in the notes. But one example of what I do not like about Breath of the Wild is the horses were so awesome, and the idea of taming them was really cool, and storing them away in a stable was really neat, but entirely 100% useless because all you do is climb through the whole game. You can't use a horse. And I don't know, what the hell, I'll give you another one. Another one is rain. Every time I wanted to climb, it was raining. And I could not stand that. And I'm just like, why couldn't they just put in the game some type of rain equipment so that I could not lose fortitude or stamina as I'm climbing a mountainside? Those are just some examples that I think that things were just completely overlooked because people were blind by the idea that the whole world was explorable and it was a whole new way to take on Zelda. That's just my thought, some food for thought. You know, once again, shoot your comments down below. I would love to see what you guys think about how reviews are done and how other people are doing reviews. And you know what, shoot me some of your numbers too, what you would personally give a game. I would love to see your feedback on a lot of these games that are coming out. Our team is not that big to be able to review everything that's constantly coming out. So tell us what you think if you've played it. Like Ghost of Tsushima, you know, I haven't been able to play that at all. I just don't have the money floating around to be able to afford that right now. You know, would love to play it. Not going to be able to get to it for a while. If you've played it, let me know what you think. I would love to see what you guys think as well. So, that's it for this month, and I hope you guys enjoyed it, and we will see you again next month. See you later.